Peace and love. My name is Devine Carama. I am the director of One Lexington. Welcome to episode 4 of the Youth Voices of Lexington podcast. We've had a great time partnering with the Woodhill Center and Urban Impact, partnering with the Black Achievers of YMCA, and we've had conversations on Black history, the impact of 2020, police brutality and healing the relationship between law enforcement and community, opioid use, and a range of other topics. But today is going to be a unique episode. Today we've invited Lewis Hayes, who is the father of Landon Hayes, who was shot and killed earlier this year. And he has charged himself with being a little bit more active in the community in hopes of mentoring these young people, preferably in the East End community. And so for this episode, we got Lewis Hayes joining our LTMS It Takes a Village group, all kids that are growing up in East End. And they are talking about the issues that's impacting them, primarily gun violence. And so sit back, listen to this powerful episode, and remember, when it comes to impacting and uplifting our young people, we gotta listen to their voices first. Peace and love.
My name is Lewis Hayes Jr. I'm the father of Landon and Lewis III Hayes. Landon was my son. Landon was the one that got murdered February 6th by my baby's mama's boyfriend. So, I was just trying to really just focus on the youth, maybe trying to help y'all out. I'm from the East End, hard in East End. It ain't nowhere I ain't been. And that's real talk. I'm talking about from the bottom to the top. From a dope fiend to having a ton of money. From being freed all the way in a prison cell. So, like Lauren said, I just want to know what's going on with y'all. And one more thing. I know all y'all tired of school and ready for spring break. But this was one thing I want all y'all to tell me, all of y'all. What is your plan when spring break starts? What are you going to do at Monday when it ain't no school? What you going to participate in? What's your goal? Are you going to go cut grass for spring break? So just let me know what's your plan and what what motivates you and what can we do to help you to succeed and maybe not be like some of these other people around here that's in your environment that you can't get along with. So y'all just let me know, and whatever I can do to help, I'm willing to help, whether it's Charles Young, whether we get a league for spring break, just a league from 9 to 13. We go down there and we get teams together. But the main thing in life is to end strong and always have a goal. Yeah, because spring break's coming. What are you going to do? Because Ohio and Chestnut's open. They don't never close. And Spare Road don't either, though. And right now, my son's in Highlands, funeral home, them gates I can go in there and visit 24 hours a day. And I'm going to let you go with this. Have a plan. Always have something you want to do. You know what I mean? And if you have no help at home, reach out to one of us. I'm always on Corral Street. Anything I can do for you, I'd be willing.
And so we pivoted a little bit on this next segment. I wanted to ask these young people what they want, right? When it comes to activities in the neighborhood, because so many of us adults, we are making the decisions on what is best for these young people, but a lot of times we're not asking them what they want, right? And sometimes these are $1 million decisions. And so I posed a question to these young people. What are some activities and things you would want in East End? And here are some of the things that they said.
I used to start more leagues, cause all the leagues mostly in the summer, and then but it's small of them. It's a very small amount, but we be outside 24/7. So for that little bit of time, it's cool and all. But our off time, we don't got nothing else to do. We just playing street ball or something, just kicking it. Instead of more leagues, having more leagues that's organized and teaching us more stuff about our sport or whatever everybody else doing, or cause I know some people in here don't only do sports, they do other stuff. We don't got a lot of people in the community that know how to do stuff what we want to do, to the potential we want to be one of the greatest.
We can we can just I want to go places and explore stuff I ain't never seen. And like same what Tristan said, like we need fields and stuff and like more activity, so we won't be bored. Like it's only a couple things we can do out East End. Like most of my whole friend group like really do it, except like him and stuff. Like, but he supports it and stuff. Like I tell him and call him, or like I be like, if this good, is this good, and stuff like that. But like most of the time, it really don't sound good because like we don't really have no we don't got no places to like go to and stuff like that. Like we got to do everything on our own.
And like, yeah, I think like that'll keep more people out of trouble because instead of them like have it like they gonna commit to it because that's what they like. Like if you like something, I know most people just gonna commit to it. They gonna have stick their head into it. When it's free time, and you know studios, most people go at night, and you know that's when most of the stuff happen at night. So when if they go to the studio at night and they just in there grinding, they ain't gonna be in too much stuff. They just gonna be grinding. Like for me, like in the daytime, at nighttime I'm asleep low key, but in daytime I'm grinding sports or I'm looking at something grinding. I'm just keep my head focused.
I want something immediately like that has to do something with art or something else that you can explore and that you really want to do instead of just doing sports and all of that. Maybe not everyone wants to do sports sometimes, or they just don't feel like playing it today. And I want someone to be able to make something like fun for other people to play with too.
Most of the kids over here have said like a hangout, like they like to go and hang out, but most of the hangout spots aren't really safe because they're more outside where more violence is. So, like I was thinking maybe like an arcade because everybody here likes to play games, and I mean, I've played an Atari, okay, and I'm pretty sure none of y'all know how to use an Atari, so. An arcade would be nice. It'd be a nice little hangout spot. Maybe a place where you could order a bite to eat and hang out with friends. And if you don't feel like that's enough, you can play a little bit of video games. And then if not, you can go to a basketball court, like a one and all, like a hangout spot, a place to play video games, and you'll still be able to go hoop with your friends if that's something you don't want to do.
And there you have it. Straight from the mouth of babes, right? Them letting you know what they want. And we can listen to them or we can continue to ignore their voices and do what we want to do. But these are the young people of East End telling us right now what they want in their community. And so I think it will behoove all of us to listen to them and try to make those things happen. But for this next question, and this is one I'm always intrigued with, and we had one young man who answered this question very, very honestly, but I asked him, what is the best way for adults to approach young people when trying to encourage them and get them to make better choices? And here's what he had to say.
Also, I feel like instead of like not notice, but like old heads that like back in my day, all that, I feel like we need people that know, like talk to us type stuff, like that ain't just stuck up like want their way and other way, that understand us, like a little flexible, like have fun. Yeah, like y'all, like we don't like old heads, certain people that just be like, yeah, do it. No, that's annoying. Like we listen to you, but if you just keep coming disrespectful, it's like we just gonna get lazy, nonchalant. We gonna be like, all right, bro. But if you having fun, if you cheat, you like, we gonna listen to your message. But if you having fun, just like talking to us, being flexible, like still being a kid, but grown up at the same time. Cause we don't like. I feel like you disrespecting me. I respect you as a grown up, but you keep disrespecting me. Like it gets annoying. I'm not gonna say nothing out of hand. I'm just like gonna blow you off. I'm like, okay.
And that right there is pretty good advice. Definitely something I try to incorporate, right? Because being a leader, we got to decide, is it about us and just wanting to be heard, or is it about making an actual impact? And so it's not just what you say to these young people, but it's how you say it. And so next, we switched gears a little bit and things got a little bit emotional, but we talked about the impact that Landon's death had on some of these young people who knew him personally. And so there's an interesting back and forth in this next segment as well. And so tune in and listen to what some of these young people have to say.
Personally, I think y'all really don't really need to be shooting people especially if it ain't nobody you don't even know. Like, I don't need me like that, but
I feel you. I feel you. Right? I appreciate they getting crazy out here, isn't it?
yeah, 'cause I just saw my
Put your
like
mask down for me. You say you got
last
shot?
week. I just saw somebody I knew who got shot.
Mm-hmm.
I feel
Pull
like
it up. Yeah.
I feel like it shouldn't be happening because like I was just close to like landing because like we used to be outside like all the time like hooping and stuff. Yeah, like we used to always be outside playing and stuff. It's messed up because like I just didn't want to see him go like that, man.
What I want to tell you is with Landon dying and in your situation that you feel like that you might have to do something or retaliate, you also got to think, like, I want to retaliate. Like, I did. Like, my 10-year-old son's dead. You see what I'm saying? But I also had to think about me. See, I love me. You know what I mean? And I'm going to leave y'all with this. God don't make no mistakes, man. You see what I'm saying? Even though my son's gone, you know, I'm not bitter because he's dead. I'm just bitter because how he died and who left him. But to go back to the guns, they'll kill you. They will hurt you. And you don't always have to die. But who wants to run around here in a wheelchair if you don't have to? So, you know, when y'all in situations and y'all feel like that it's time to go get a weapon, you also got to think about yourself. Cause ain't gonna know nobody gonna love you behind them bars, man.
Again, just a powerful conversation, and to kind of shift gears a little bit, but it's still very, very relevant. In this next segment, a young man talks about what do you do when you are at the apex of rage or emotion, right? When as a young man, you're taught to be tough. You don't always know how to navigate it, and sometimes you feel like you're out of control, right? And with the help of Lewis Hayes, we talked about how to handle those emotions as a young man, which oftentimes can be misdirected and hard to navigate. So listen up.
I feel like it's not enough like mentoring, cause I had people die. I believe everybody had people die. We go through it, especially men. We just hold it in, like boys, man. We just hold it in. We hold it in, and then when it comes out unexpectedly, get mad. We get rage, like, and these just come unexpectedly. You don't know what you're doing. You just not in the right mind. You just, all right.
Let me tell you something, man. You take us to the back, and I don't mean to cut you off, man, but this is serious, and I need to get this out. I don't care what your mama, your daddy, your friends, nobody tells you, even in this building here, man, it's okay to cry, man.
Yep.
Listen, man, I cry out. Listen, man, I'm right there to cry right here because this is the pain I'm feeling. But I'd rather cry than turn it into anger and jeopardize me or my freedom, or you see me on the news this afternoon. See what I'm saying? It don't make you soft. Ain't nothing soft about me. You see what I'm saying? What I'm telling you is, don't think you're a punk or something because you're going through something. Because if you don't go through it and you bust, you be in spare road busting. Where can't nobody give you a hug or tell you they love you.
That's right.
See what I'm saying?
That's right.
I just want to be able to wake up and tell you, man, you can do it and I love you. And I'm willing to help you. But you got to accept the help too.
And so for the next segment, and this is something that we talk about a lot in our work, when we talk about why are the homicides increasing all over the country, what are the root causes, but what are some of the things that we can see right here in front of us. And one thing that I've noticed, and I don't have any statistics to necessarily back this up, but there's just a lot more guns on the street, right? And so I wanted to hear from these young people how they felt, or maybe hear their thoughts on why there's so many guns on the street. And I really love this segment because you're gonna get some unique perspectives and viewpoints. So listen to these young people talk about the amount of guns that are on the streets and why.
So what I think with the gun problem is I don't think that most people that buy a gun intentionally like want to hurt somebody with it, but there are the certain people that do, which is also why one thing my dad told me was that it's not the gun, it's the person that handles it. So if you teach somebody how to properly use one and what to use it for and what not to use it for at a young age, then you're going to have less issues. So if there's like, for example, my dad, like you can already tell, my dad taught me how to use a gun, which is, but also what to use it for and what not to. So if you teach, like, say you have a 5-year-old, I know it's real young, but at a really young age, your brain kind of soaks it in more. So if you teach someone that's younger how to use it and what to use it for, there's going to be less issues in the future when he's grown up.
Yeah, back to what he said, like, only reason we really care is because we trying to protect our family. We ain't trying to go out. Like, I'm not about to just let nobody take us out without no fight either. That's just, I can't do it. But then, like, hold on. Like, I don't know, but, like, I get what y'all saying. Like, we don't, like, guns ain't good and it'll kill us and stuff, but, like, we need to protect ourselves, too, if we don't hold it. Because if we don't, like, we can't just be flashing it and stuff. That's not right. Like, you just hold it just to protect yourself and your family and your people.
Thank you all so much for tuning in to episode 4 of Youth Voices of Lexington podcast. Again, an emotional, powerful, informative episode. I just really wanted to get our LTMS kids on here to talk about their experiences because they are in the epicenter. The majority of the kids that we work with at LTMS have been impacted by gun violence in some form, right? These are the kids that have lived through it, that are dealing with the trauma. And so we can't have this conversation without talking to young people who are living through this or who have had experiences dealing with it. And I think even bigger than that is having Lewis Hayes join us. As somebody who has lost a child, I know how important it is to eventually try to turn that pain into purpose and how it can help in healing, but then also maybe save other lives. And so I thought having him with us today was super impactful. So do me a favor, please share this episode all over your socials. For more information on how to get involved with One Lexington, you can catch us at the city website that's going to be listed right there on your screen. And just remember, we got to stop speaking for these young kids, and we got to allow them to speak for themselves, and we got to listen. Catch y'all on episode 5. Peace and love.